Okay then guys, so this is just a quick video to help you with checking your students' services action logs on ManageBack, okay? There's lots of different ways to get into it. You may get an email notification that a student has done something. If you don't, then you can obviously just go on to ManageBack, and if you look under the different tabs, you'll see this one here, Reviews and Progress. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, CAS, Services Action, Service Learning. Okay, and it should come up with your students on here. All right, so I've got the students from my tutor group. It should do the same for you. I may get a few more being the overall coordinator. I'm just going to pick this one here, donating food supplies to underprivileged elementary students, and have a look. And obviously, the student here has put in a good description. Okay, selected 3 of the goals. So it's going to be donating supplies. She goes in to talk about the fact it's going to be education supplies. That's fine. Develop international mindedness through global engagement. Okay, if she links that to a global goal, then that's great. Discuss, evaluate, and plan. There's obviously going to be that in there. And undertake new challenges if she's not done that before. Okay. A couple of things that I'm going to ask. Okay, so I can send a note back to her. I can say, and in there I'm going to say, which of the SDGs does this link to? Okay, so that's going to be my questions to her, just to get a bit more detail. I'm going to post that note so the student will see it and they'll be able to respond, which is what we want. And then also, I'm happy with what she's doing. She has to do some work, but just to save yourself some time, I'm also going to say that it's approved, okay? Please don't click completed. If you do completed, the student will not be able to edit anything, but if you do approved, then they can still make edits, all right? Just some help for you when we get to the reflections, which is coming up in a week or so. The students will add reflections and evidence using the tab here, and that will take them to here. There's obviously no reflection found at the minute, but there are some services action questions which they can use as prompts, okay? So they can use that. So which compassionate learning tools do you use during this experience? Okay, how have you achieved the learning outcome selected? And then which approaches to learning have you developed in this activity? So there's some prompts there to help them. Okay, and they can put them in this box or they can add them into their reflection when they get that. Please encourage your students though to also make sure that they include evidence. So that can be photographs, emails between themselves or with a service partner, letters, things like that. All right, and then finally will be the supervisor review. Okay, it's very straightforward, but we're not going to do that yet. We'll do that in term 2 or moving into term 3, so please don't worry too much about it. But back to the overview page. Okay, that is how they will do it. You may see your student list come up like this. Okay, so obviously we've got different teachers on there. It's the same way. You can just click in to those students to see what they're doing. All right, so there's a few different ways we've managed back on how to get in there. But the key thing is just make sure, so this one here, okay, my comment to this student is going to be that they need a bit more detail in their description of the task. Okay, so I would send a note back to them, post a note, and then obviously have that conversation with them. All right, guys, I hope that is of help to you. And if you've got any questions, please let me know.